Good morning. Thank you for tuning into the home of Nanny Dogs 314. Where your talk man is Gerald Burst. I'll play a little music till we get some people to come in. We're gonna play till we get some more people to come in. At least two or three more people. Represent where all my killers at. Third wall, Cali, your project, where all the murders at. But it's a small hood, but we all good. And Mr. Rogers went survive in the neighborhood. We bout that action with niggas I know be packing, throwing down just a reaction magazine full to the maximum. I said we bout it, you talk about it, we really bout it. From New Orleans to California, my nigga, we out it. Represent for the to the crew. Renell, Chen Cookie, P, and my uncle Bruce. And they was bout it. I say bout it, bout it. I was just a youngin', but heard a lot of stories about it. And they influenced me for doing me. I never put my trust in no man's hand, especially not a beat. But they'll set you up. That's why they get you too. Oh, it's money over bitches, not pussy over blue. She perfect too. Low key pushes too. From heroin to marijuana, even killing fools. So we had a trust, I'ma just keep my finger tucked. All tips in my magazine say they all been ready to fuck. Somebody, you heard me about it, about it. He ride the street back in town, Cali, you would have shouted. If I want it, you got it. I bet I get you out it. Oh, you heard me slim say, don't make me get it out. Downtown, nigga, ride it, ride one time. Nigga, ride on the Wednesday, we ride. I'm from the block where the niggas poking choppers. 10-year-old kids that kill you with that block. Ain't no love around here for no OGs. Nigga gone off that serve, I mean they told me. They popping models, they getting rowdy. Uptown Kelly, your project, keep a body. You like Chirac, they on the kerosene. Hell, nigga, kill your ass for a brand new pair of G's. They killing babies, then they killing bitches. They are tired nigga mama up for them chickens. Black and now still up. We waiting on some more people to come in, but I'm just letting this song play. Nigga flip the beat. I'm the motherfucking man on these fucking streets. And they selling dog food to the dope fiends. Niggas don't go to school, but they really could work a little bit. And they shooting hair wrong like this flu shot. Niggas selling RIP t-shirts on every block. We like these old messages. We are still got it. Okay, let's get to the dog talk about working a dog. So everybody don't have a treadmill. So I was just talking to a person early this morning about that they didn't have money to buy a treadmill. So like I told them, I walk my dogs twice a day, early in the morning, late at night. You know, take them out to the park, throw a ball, let them run. You know, basically the normal workout is anything. You know what I'm saying? Like workout can be a walk, a workout can be playing with a rope, playing with something. It's working out the dog, you know, abilities to be able to, you know, learn how to use any part of his body. You know what I'm saying? Like you got some dogs that can work out longer than others. It doesn't matter what breed it is. Every dog is has ability to work out. You know what I'm saying? Like from toy breed to Lloyd breed, they all can work out. You know what I'm saying? Like not all, because you know you got some dogs that was bred to not be workers. You know, they was bred to be lap dogs. So you know, like you got like certain dogs like Zydex and certain bulldogs and then you got certain pugs, and but besides that, I mean, they all ability is to work. You know what I'm saying? Like 30 minutes, 45 minutes of working a dog. You can work a dog however you want to. Like running, walking. You know what I'm saying? It's good for the dog, and it's good for business for to walk your dog, because at the end of the day, the abilities of your dog is what you make it. Like you got to have a drive to walk your dog. You have to have a drive to do something besides be lazy. You know what I'm saying? Because if you lazy, your dog's gonna be lazy. So if you sitting on the couch and your dog, just sitting around, it's gonna be lazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I got this guy that he bought a dog because he was getting he had got diabetes from not working out. So with diabetes, they say you lose weight. Now he went from insulin to pills, and he thank dog. And like I was telling him, I said, well, you get up every day, you walk this dog. Even though when he first started working the dog, him and the dog, they weren't going miles. They maybe down the street, 4 houses down, come back, he be tired. Now he walk his dog 3.3 miles every day, and I mean, it's a working. He's working with the dog, and I mean, like I promote working with your dog. That's just what it's about. It's about taking a dog and finding a way to work your dog. Like anything can be used as ability to work a dog. Anything. You know what I'm saying? Like prime example is I would say that we got a lot of people that what I'm saying won't take their dog out the backyard, but they'll still work their dog from the backyard. Like people on treadmill. That's that's working your dog from the backyard. Then you got some people that what I'm saying want to work with their dog. Like me, I'm a worker with my dog. Like I get up every morning, 7 days a week. And walk the dog, bring them back. You know what I'm saying? I actually work my dog before I feed him. So get up in the morning, let him use the bathroom, take him out, and I walk him while I let him bad move. Then I walk him. Then I come back, and then I turn around and I feed them, and then I let them chill for hours. And if it's a warm day, then I take them outside, let them play a little rope, play a little tug of war, something just to keep them energized. And then I work on, basically because I'm breeding, making my dogs guard dogs. So I work on that, sleeve, work on them with the sleeve, give them 30, 45 minutes on the sleeve. Then I get them off the sleeve, try something else, take them back to the sleeve, see if they mind going to adapt from one task to another task because I'm working them. I want everyone to know. You always want to know if your dog can do more than one task. If you can put more than one task in front of this dog. So me being the person I am, I will put more than one task in front of my dog because it's working time. When you go to a job, you might go in to be on this one machine if you work in a warehouse, but then they might need you to go and work another machine. So you got to be multitask with the dog because a dog is a multitask thing that you can use. So basically, my thing is work your dog. Um, you know, find a task with your dog because I think the best thing is walking, trail meal, little topo, little bike sleeve, whatever you can do, what I'm saying, to work your dog out, because my dogs, I do working them out because at the end of the day, a working skill is a skill, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta think about it because a dog's gonna work no matter how it go. No matter how it go, the dog is gonna work. And it's gonna do its task because it's a task in front of it. So, you got to be able to be motivated to work your dog, and be into the work. You know what I'm saying? The work got to be with the dog. You guys to be able to work with the dog. The dog is going to work if you work it. A dog, it's just like a kid. A kid's not going to clean up their room unless you tell them to clean up their room. So a dog is not going to work unless you put it in front of them. You got to put a task in front of the dog. You can't just let a dog sit and don't have a task. It's like, we all, get up in the morning, feed our dog. We going to work. So I mean, like, I'm like this. I won't feed a dog that's not gonna work. That's gonna move around. That's gonna jog or do nothing, because at the end of the day, I'm not feeding a hog. I mean, feeding a dog. You know what I'm saying? You know, you ask to, because if you don't work the dog, no matter what you feed your dog, from raw food to kibble, if you don't feed the dog is gonna pick up weight. Like, for example, you know, I wanted to see how Wild Lady was going to get before when she hit 4 years old. Because I wanted to know. But then after I did my task of taking off of working, I put it back on working once I got her size to what I wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, in 5 months, if you as big as you gonna get, I didn't work her. I worked Blue, but I didn't work her because at that day she was a grown woman. She was 4 years old, and I wanted to see her task of working. So I put her to work. You know what I'm saying? Now, lady gets up and she runs, and she jogs, and she do the bike sleep, and she's working, because at the end of the day she had a vacation on work, and you gotta be able to find something. Like, you gotta find something for your dog to be able to do. You know what I'm saying? Like a ball, it's any task that this dog can work at, because I fight every day for people to buy dogs to be able to run, walk, do something. It's a goal to these dogs. Like, if you don't do nothing with your dog, if you don't work these dogs, you'll never know their ability. You can't find out if they hips good. You can't find out nothing about these dogs if you don't work them, because you won't. If you don't work your dog, you won't see, like, okay, for example, if you work your dog for 20 minutes, like, say if your dog had bad, after 20 minutes, you'll see that dog hip. You'll see the dog sitting down or not doing something that it's supposed to be doing, because its body is not equipped for it. Like, you can no matter what you do with your dog, you're gonna know your dog ability. Like, how would you know how long this dog got to be able to run if you never run it? Like, working dogs, that's a category. It's a label. You know what I'm saying? It took it from, because a lot of people didn't work their dogs, so that's why a lot of people, if you see real breeders, they put working dogs, working stock, working this, or because you got to. You can't just put on a thing, on a website, or things saying dogs for sale, because a lot of people wants a dog to be able to jog, be able to run with, be able to, do work with, because a working dog is the best dog you ever can have. I don't care what breed it is. If your dog can, because, for example, say you have a guard dog. If you have a guard dog, you don't want a lazy guard dog. You don't want a guard dog that somebody's knocking it, bamming on your door, and the dog's laying, or the dog sitting in the cage, or the dog, what I'm saying? A guard dog is not made to be outside. It's a working dog. I mean, how can it guard your property? Like this laptop. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, laptops, games, and all this stuff is worth money, so people works in your house. But if you got a lazy guard dog, a person can just walk in your house and take your stuff out, because you don't have a working dog. So you have to have a working dog. You can't just take one dog and call it a working dog, and you never worked. It's not common. It's not making sense. It's like, you don't buy a racehorse and put in a stable. It's a working horse. You know what I'm saying? You got, when breed of dogs was bred. Certain dogs was bred to be all dogs basically. Like okay, like you got the terrier used to put the get the rats. Their job was the rat. The bad dog job was to guard. These was working dogs. You think that when they was creating these breeds of dogs that they wasn't trying to put good traits in the dog? Like you like for example, you gotta put good traits in a dog. A dog has to have good traits. So a good trait is okay. If you're gonna work your dog, you want to know what traits. Like okay, where did the traits come from? Hold on, please. I apologize for that. A call came through, but it's all about taking your dog to the next step. Like for example, is my dog is a working dog, but my dog with her papers, I couldn't put lady in the youth in the American Stafford Terrier show because when I bought her, I didn't start as a puppy to train her to be able to walk around other dogs. I didn't associate lady with other dogs as my dad dog. So I never could ever use her paperwork for what it was bred for. It's not like I didn't. Now it's too late to be able to do it because lady's not gonna adapt with other dogs. So it's like I never got to be able to use her papers as what they were supposed to be, what she was bred for. She was bred to be a show dog and a good dog, but I didn't be able to use it because I didn't go the right way. So my thing is, if you got a dog, like okay, say like your American Pit Bull Terrier, if you don't want it to wait pull, then try to get it to wall climb. Because I should have used Lady Pay. I should have, I didn't know nothing about putting no dog in no show because I'm a hood dude. All I know about is your dog gonna be a guard dog or your dog just gonna be whatever you're gonna make it. So I always went for the guard dog. So my dogs are working guard dogs. They're not lazy guard dog. They're not bull crap. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what my goal was. They were working guard dog. That mean like for example, if you ever been on my channel, you the same lady was on a bike. I got videos of lady running on a bike, and it's working. But I took lady ability for being a show dog and made it into a working dog, a guard dog, a dog that can run, can bite. I mean, lady can run and bite. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't test her while I hold her and somebody holding the sleeve and she runs and she bites the sleeve because I didn't know that I was sleeping on some papers that I could have had her. Because if I would have took my mind and how I work my dog and made lady into a show dog, I think I would have probably won because my goal would have been to make my dog work harder than anybody else dog, make her looks look better than anybody, make her big teeth, make her stand and all that. But I didn't because I didn't know that I should have made it. And then down the line, I realized that I didn't do it. But do I regret it? No, because she's a good guard dog. You kick bam on my door, you walk around my house, my dog is on point. It's not like she's not for her to be 64 pounds, she works her 64 pounds. It's not because for example, I see people, dogs are like 100 and something, 120, 130 pounds, and it's still like masters. They big dog, but they still working dog. You know what I'm saying? You can have a master and it still be a working dog. You can have, like greyhounds work, I mean, like, okay, like working dogs, greyhounds, pit bulls, amstaffs, certain bullies, masters, rocks, chows, ketas, uh, what else? Uh, shepherds. All these dogs are working dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if a pit bull using pit bull, if a pit bull is bred to be dog aggression, as people say, then every other breed still has their talent. They still like, okay, like a hound still does its job, a shepherd still does its job, a master still does its job. Every dog still does their job. So when you think about this, no matter what breed dog you got, because I really don't care about if you're a pit bull owner or a step owner or a band dog owner. I just care that you care about your stock. That's what I care about. If you care about your dog, if you don't care about your dog, that's like a turn off to me. You know what I'm saying? That's like a turn off because I mean, like 20 minutes of your day, you can sit on a platform and hear somebody video and do things, but you can't take 20 minutes out to work a dog. It is sad to me. It doesn't matter what breed it's sad because dogs are working stock. That's what they are. That's what they were created to be. They weren't created to be a not working dog. Like I never heard a person say, I'm buying a dog to I mean you get people out here that that's why okay, for example, best way to say that. That's why they build kennels so the dog will have opportunity to move around. That's why certain people have 8x10s and 10x10s and 10x12s. It's so the dog can be able to move around. And that's what a kennel was made for. It was made for the dog to be able to move around. All people that own kennels doesn't have houses in it. Some people put their dogs in kennels just to be active, just to move around. You know what I'm saying? Like just to have some fun and do something besides just sit around and be not work. You know what I'm saying? You can do anything to to make your dog happy. Like job. I mean, it's nothing that I mean anything that's not illegal with your dog you can do because when you try to take these dogs and do illegal stuff with it always fall back on you and the dog life is precious. You know what I'm saying? A dog life is precious because at the end of the day, you like prime example with it. That's just like me taking lady and doing something stupid with her or doing something stupid with Blue. And I raised lady from a pup to 4 years old to ever lose someone that I raised, that I fed, and take a loss. A dog is a working dog. I mean, you can't take your dog and not throw a ball. I mean, it's not hard. That's why if you think about it, when you go to these pet stores or these feeding stores or anything that has pets, you see ropes, you see balls, you see anything to make these dogs work. They when it first started off, it wasn't throwing balls. It wasn't they got bite toys and they got it's they got all this stuff to be able to work your dog. That's the point of it is like you look up, you see working. Do you think that the police buy K9 from people that doesn't never ever had their dogs working? Because when the police get that K9 dogs, first thing they do is they test it. They go with the rope, they teaching the dog, they work the dog. When you think about real people that deal with dogs, you think about that they working these dogs because they know the goal, they know that's what their dog supposed to be done. You know what I'm saying? Like you do not take a good breed. that's a working breed and doesn't do nothing with it. Because I'm put like this: if I grab the leash, if I pick up the leash, Blue and Lady get happy. They love dogs love to work. They love to work. They don't care what kind of work it is. As long as they get to move their land. That's why if you got two dogs and you see them in the backyard and they tussling with each other and they running and chasing each other, that's just to work. The dog don't know no other way, but let me chase him and I can get some work up. Let me bother him and I get some work. That's what a dog is. It's a working thing. You know what I'm saying? Like a dog that doesn't work is a dog. There's dogs that don't work be depressed. If you ever realize if you don't work your dog, if your dog see you get up and leave every day and you see your dog just sitting there and it's looking depressed because it wants to work. It wants to have a task. If it's task just to every time somebody walk past the house it's to run and bark at the front window or bark at the back gate. You know what I'm saying? It's a task. That's why with a dog will go and chase a ball because he wants to work. It doesn't want to just sit there and don't have a job. Like my dogs, I buy them ropes that they sell is if you got a good dog with a good mouth, them ropes don't last long. I don't care if it's this thick to this thick. The dog is going to work the rope because the dog is pulling. After a certain time, the dog pull, then it start biting because its ability to work. You got dogs that prime example is a lot of people don't know this. American Stafford Terrier, if you get bored, it will bite on your furniture, bite on your. My dog never did it because I knew about it. But if you don't work your dog, that's why a lot of dogs you see that doesn't work, that lives in a kennel, will bite their house up or bite the gate up because it wants to work. So it's if it got to work by biting on his home or biting on his bowl or biting on something, it's gonna work. The dog's gonna work. If the dog got to run back and forth and jump up and down inside the kennel, then it's gonna work itself because the dog knows if it's smart, it knows you're a lazy owner. I can't get you to work, so I'm gonna work myself. You know what I'm saying? Like dogs will work themselves. They will work themselves on anything. If you don't take these dogs out and you do something with them, no matter if they're in a kennel or in anything. Like, for example, is I bought dog beds for Lady in Blue, and shoot, one day I left the bed down, and Lady got bored, and she ate her and Blue bed. Because she was bored and I had to do some early in the morning and I had to go out of town. So I really left her just to be cool, you know what I'm saying, through the day. But she was bored. She like, okay, you didn't let me out and walk me this morning. You let me out to use you, but you did not walk me. So I got something for you. When I came back, she had got her workout. She worked out the straightened the puppy, I mean the bed, the dog bed. She straightened it. She straightened hers and I guess I was gone so long as she did hers, she went for Blue. She's like, okay, when I got home, she was relaxed because she shook the mess out of me. I had fluffy stuff here, there, and there. I wasn't mad. I was a little disappointed, but I wasn't really mad because I knew that it was because I didn't work her and she was so used to it. She was like, okay, I'll work myself without you. So when you think about it, that's why dogs do the thing they do because they want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, if you have a dog that's in a kennel and you goes in the kennel, the dog try to run out because the dog just want to get out and run around. A dog, like, for example, a lot of people don't let their dog outside kennel, they say to run off or it'll do this and do that. The dog don't listen because the dog really smart enough to listen, but dog really wants to work. So it's like work over your command. I'm back. No, I'm gonna run around. When I get through running around, I'm gonna go back in the kennel. But until I get my workout, I'm gonna work myself. Dogs don't like not being worked. Doesn't. That's why everyone. That's why a lot of people, if you think about it, the chain was for the dog to be able to be worked. See, some people took the put them heavy chains on the dog, and that's what made a lot of states change laws because they got this puppy on this toe chain, and people in there they're not feeding the dog enough, and the dog's being so skinny that they consider them emaciated. That's what they call them, dog emaciated. So the chain was actually for people that had a whole bunch of dogs that could not work their dog. A chain wasn't just for the dog to take. Oh, because if you look at it, you look overseas, you look at the U.S., you see rocks and pits and hounds and all dogs on the chain. Is just to be able to, the chain is to made to work your dog, to help your dog work. It's like a little bit of weight on the chain just to make the dog. So the dog, like for example, a lot of people have where they chain another dog right across from the dog. Really, they like if you look at a lot of people that only own dogs, you see that it's one dog on this side, and you see they run against each other, so they work each other. That's why if you ever realize a lot of people that have their dogs on the chain, you see a whole circle. But the dog is going to run in the circle. The dog is going to work the chain. That's why you have to have this link on the chain to let it move around because the dog wants to work, and the dog wants to work. That's why a lot of people chain, like kennels cool if you have a 10 by 10 and only one dog is in the 10 by 10. Kennel good. That's a lot of breeders call it a running box, a work box. You know what I'm saying? Like the dog will be on, in the kennel working. But then you get people that put them on the chain. A chain is made to be able to take this dog out and work it. It work itself on the chain. That's why my dog, when I put them on chain, it's another way of taking some working because I know they're going to move their chain around. They're going to try to get towards each other. They're going to try to move around. They're going to move around because the chain was made to another way to work. It's like the trail mill was made for people that worked the 9 to 5. That had a hard job. Like a lot of, like my partner, he owned a trail mill. He owned it because he worked at a warehouse and he's on his feet all day long, and he wants to be able to, his dog to be able to physically move around, like he takes out the time because you just killing time, you know what I'm saying? You can sit back, drink you some tea, or some people drink alcohol. I don't drink alcohol, but drink alcohol. Some people smoke them and sit back, watch the dog run on the trail. And that's what these equipment that they sell you is made. They don't sell you a trail mill to sit in a corner and get dust on you. They don't sell you. You don't go buy a chain. A chain setup is people tell you it's cheap when a chain setup can cost you down to $100. So you spend $100 and you're not you got to be able to put these dogs to work. You got to be able to make these dogs be a working thing. Oh, I got a fresh hair done. Gotta get my hair redone. And my anniversary was the 10th. So that's why I haven't shot a video in 2 days because I've been getting my hair done and spending my anniversary with my wife. So that's where what happened. But let's get back to that. So when you think about it and you think it all over, you think like, is I'm working my dog? Like for example is when you see a lion or you see a gorilla in the zoo, you don't see them in small places. You see them in enough room to be able to run around. You see in the zoo, you see where the apes they got ropes because animals was bred to be able to move their limbs around because that's why they have a heartbeat. You can buy a teddy bear and put it in the kennel. You know what I'm saying? Like You can buy anything and put it in a kennel, but you shouldn't buy a working animal, no matter what breed, what kind of animal it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, you got a cat. Cats like to run around and climb and jump around because they no matter how much you domesticate an animal, it still has the ability to want to work. No matter if you take a lion to a gorilla and domesticate it, it still wants to work. It still wants to have a job. Like, you got to be able to take these stock and do something with them. I'm avid to that. I'm avid to no dog fight, work your dog. Um, every day feed your dog. Every day give it water. Every day pet your dog. That's what I'm about. So if you don't like that and you can't stand that, oh well. Because guess what? In St. Louis, Missouri, I'm loved for who I am. Maybe not on YouTube, I'm not loved for who I am, but in St. Louis, Missouri, as me being a man that fight every day for dogs, be able to be treated like dogs and not like a piece of property, even though your dog is your property. Do you take your house and don't cut your grass? Do you take your house and not fix if your sewer stop up, or do you not take your house if something break? A dog is a property just like anything else. You take your car to get an oil change. You start your car, you move it, you work it. How do you get to the grocery store? You take this cart. A dog was made to be a working stock. And I'm going to keep on standing on it. That's what I'm standing on. Take these dogs out you and walk them and do something with them and make them into good working stock. Make them into good working stock, because I'm saying like this: for a week, if you don't walk your dog for 1 week, walk your dog and see how you get more energized, how your body is adapted. No, I'm gonna say 7 days. At the 7 days, see how you feel. See how the dog work out. Take up just experiment with one dog. If you own $20 or $15, take one dog and say, I'm gonna work with this one dog. When you work with this one dog, you're gonna see the ability of this dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't, if even though if you have a dog that lives in a kennel, just buy one chain setup and let each dog be on the chain setup. Just each one dog just be on the chain setup. Just one dog on the chain setup, and watch what happens. Watch how you see that dog temperament calm down. You see the dog start calming down. That's how you calm a dog down, by working. That's how you take some of that energy out of a dog, by working it. You can the energized bunny. If the energized bunny would stop working if you take that battery out of it. These dogs are like the energized bunny. It wants to work. It wants to move. It wants to do a task. If just find something, put on a rope, play with the rope. Put on the chain, play with the rope. Put. You know what I'm saying? Give it something. A lot of people or put what they call it, the ball inside the kennel, and then the dog destroy the ball, and then they don't put another ball in there. Why? When do you if you gonna if the dog like the ball, then you don't let a dog fall in love with something, and then did you like the prince out? My partner, granddaddy, was in the army, and they was telling me a story about that he had a dog before he went to the army, and he took good care of the dog. And when he went to the army, the dog remembered after 4 years who he was. The dog was so happy because the dog remember. Okay, I remember we walked every day, and when he saw that, dealing with the dog, when he came back, he walked the dog. The dog was so used to walking that the dog was happy. A dog is a happy thing. That's why they say a dog is a man best friend, a woman best friend, a man best friend. Because guess what? A dog put time on your life. You know how many people that live long? If you ever realize, let me tell you something. I met a man that was in hospice, and they had a dog come up every week. And I used to wonder, why did they have the dog come up here every week? They made the dog was happy, he was happy. You know what I'm saying? And it was happy. You know what I'm saying? A dog is a happy thing. A dog is awesome, awesome, awesome. Because when you come home, and I'm gonna say it like this: when you come home and you depressed, your dog at the front door, so happy wagging that tail. You just see the dog wagging his tail. The dog is so happy because the dog knows if you're a walker, I'm gonna get walked. If you're a jogger, oh, we finna jog. Dad's home, mom's home, we finna do something. But when your dog knows that it's not gonna be work, the dog will be you coming out, dog laying down, or if you come back there in the kennel, you see. I just see people that dogs that they call won't come outside the dog out. The dog know if you come out here and just talk to me, I don't want you to just talk to me. The dog won't come out the house because the dog wants to be worked. So it's like, no, you're not working me. I'm not gonna come out there. I come out when I want to. What you got some food in your hand? What you got some food in? Let me get the food. Because the dog is a working stock. It is not a stock to be put in a box. And when I say box, I don't mean no dog fighting box. I mean I call kennels and cages boxes because that's what it is, like a box. You know, when you go to jail, it's a box. You in a box. A box. A box is that's what I call a box. So people misunderstand some of the things I say. When I say a box is a box. A box is not illegal thing. I do not believe in illegal. I don't believe in it. I done seen it. My uncle used to do. I, as me being jailbirds, never thought that was hot because I just seen dogs that didn't want to do nothing. And hey, if the dog don't do nothing, the dog gotta go. And that's horrible because this dog want to play with other dogs, but you don't like that. So you don't want the dog because you want to play with other dogs. It wants to work. It wants to be able to have a task. It wants to be able to work 7 days a week. You think my dog don't enjoy getting up and working 7 days a week? If I grab a leash or the hornet, I only have to grab a leash. I can just touch the hornet. The little sound from the leash and the hornet is like drilling to my dog. They be so geeked up. I be able to tell them, calm down, sit down, so I can put the harness on it. I think another thing, a harness is good to walk your dog with because a collar is on your dog neck. And if you ever see a dog, you see how they neck all pink and raw and all that. That comes from the collar. A harness is made to fit their body. It goes shoulders, shoulders. Shoulder, arms, and legs. Shoulder, legs, arm. That's a good thing. So if you're gonna work your dog and walk your dog, invest into a harness. And then another thing is, if you know your dog don't adapt with other dogs, if you know your dog don't adapt with other dogs, a harness is good. A harness is good. You control your dog with a harness. That's how you control your dog. You know what I'm saying? Like I never heard nobody saying if your dog gonna hurt another dog, that's why they made muzzles. So people can take their dogs out to walk and don't have to worry about that. They equipped it. Listen, the world is equipped for dogs now. Back in the 80s and the 70s, they didn't have much as they did. You know what I'm saying? Now we have everything. We have everything to be able to work our dogs. Everything from ropes to tires to you got everything to be able to work your dog with. You have multiple things to be able to work your dog with. You can find anything work your dog from a shirt to a rope to a tree to a. I mean, it's like it's no way that dog should be worked when you have every ability in the world to work your dog. That's why I would never ever buy a dog from a breeder that doesn't do nothing with their dog. I can't because how do I know that this dog? Okay, so I won't buy a dog that I never seen parent do nothing. Like me, I couldn't buy exotics or nothing like that because I know I don't give a damn the dog look the best and the best. If it came, I don't care. My puppies, when they puppies, like Blue, when he was a puppy, he was 5 weeks old. I started walking him at 5 weeks because I wanted to know was he good enough to walk? And that dog is finna he be 9 months and 4 more days. And I like that he likes to he will walk. He don't have a problem with walking. He don't give up. He don't lay down in the grass. I love that. I didn't see people where they walk their dog for 10 minutes and the dog they got to drag the dog because the dog stopped working. Because the dog don't know nothing. I mean like you got to. That's one thing you have to do is work these dogs. You cannot take a dog and put it in a predicament that it's not being worked. No, no. Because if you do that, you're taking so much from this dog that you don't know. Like a lot of people, everybody listen, let me tell you something like that. And it's a saying that old people used to say. Everybody don't know what to do with what they got. I used to wonder, like, what do they mean by they be like, a lot of people don't know what they got, they don't know what to do with it. So a dog, everybody ain't meant to be dog on it, but because it's breeders out here and money is the problem that people like, for example, a lot of real breeders want to know what are you going to do with this dog. They want to tell you what you can't and not do with the dog because in the day, if you let a person buy your stock and they don't do nothing with it, then it's like okay, it make your stock look bad. It make your stock look bad. It make your dogs look bad. It make your kennel look bad. So they're just like, okay, say prime example, I'm gonna use my kennel. So we're gonna say I don't let Blue walk, I don't walk Blue, I don't walk Lady, but I breed them. Okay, then I sell it to somebody else. They don't work their dog. Then they sell it to somebody else. And then they sell somebody else. So then down the line, 5 years down the line, people like, oh yeah, that's the dude that sell the dog that don't work. Because of I didn't work, nobody else worked the dog, so nobody never seen the dogs work. They never seen the dogs run or nothing. That's why they made where these dogs can wall climb, wake pool, swim. I mean, it's all competition that you can put your dog in to work your dog. Besides bullcrap, they made it. They made it like equipped it for a dog to not just be a couch potato, not a kennel, not just not treated like nothing. That's what they took out their time for. You gotta think about it. A lot of times people say that, but breeders fight every day for dogs to be able to do something. Because at the end of the day, they don't go buy dogs and they don't breed dogs to not do nothing. If you go to a real American Pit Bull Terrier uh, kennel place that don't believe in legal stuff, you see them with their dogs on a chain running around or they dog doing something. You see where people were on rock riders, you see them now on a four wheeler and their dogs chasing them. You see people on their hounds where they taking them out of hound hunting. You see where they got all different dogs. They got out doing something. That's what they do when they do what they do. They do. So you got to be able to work dog. This is the highlight to the dog. Work it. Do you think? that only way I'm not gonna work my dogs if I can't get up out my bed. If I can't get up out my bed, then if I can't get up out my bed, that's the only way I'm not gonna work my dog. I'm gonna work my dog from day one to the day they die or the day I die. Because when I breed my dogs, their puppy's gonna work. I'm gonna tell like the people that buy my dog already know. Work the dog. You know the dog, the mom, the dad working dog. They like to work, you can find something to do with it. That my dogs are guard dogs. So if you don't want to guard you can guard, you can make it into a guard dog, you can make the dog into a weight puller, you can make the dog into anything you want to, because guess what? I got some guys that stays in the country and they got these sled looking things and they weight pull on their own thing. And I'm taking Blue out there. And when he hit a year, Blue's going to go, and I'm going to see how much weight can he pull. Right now, he's put a nice amount of weight. But I'm going to see how much more he can pull, because it's people out there. It costs $150 to put your dog in the thing, and if you win, you get a certificate of winning. You get a plaque. You get first place. You get $1,500. Second place, you get what is it? Uh, get a leash or harness, and something that's in third place, you get I think just a harness. But you know, that's what I work my dog for people that, because when you meet real people that take out their time, they will they will come up with something way for a person to have competition, because really every dog was put in competition. You got some people had to, like, for example, is when the police trying to seek and search for somebody, they don't bring the German Shepherd out. They bring the dog out. They know they got the best ability to seek and find. The drug sniffer dog, they bringing the best drug sniffer dog out. They're not bringing out a dog that's 50% of the drug sniffer. They want when you think about this, these dogs, they want the best of the best to work. They don't want the worst of the worst. You want, like, when you breed dogs and you create dogs and you have stock, you want your stock to be the best of the best. Some people want looks to be the best of the best, but some people like me, I want my dog to be the best worker. I want my dog to be able to, when you want to go to competition and some weight pulling or some running, I want my dog to be at least in the category of between first and third place. I don't want my dog in last place, fourth place. So when you hear people talk about that, this is the question: if you don't work your dog, what place would your dog be in? If you take a dog that sits around, you can't say, "Oh, my dog gonna be a first place dog." No, your dog's not gonna be a first place dog. Your dog got to, like, kinds of, when you lift weights, you start off at lightweight and you build yourself up to 200 pounds or 300 pounds, or whatever you can lift, the max you can lift. You do not take a dog and think that you're gonna pull it out of a box or out of a kennel and it's gonna be the coldest thing. Nope, nope, nope. That don't work like that. It never ever worked like that. It's not something that you can work like that. You got to be able to take these dogs and work them. You don't take a livestock, a live thing, and don't do nothing with it, because you killing the ability for a working dog. I work my dogs because I know that's what a dog was bred to do. A dog was bred to work. Do you think they made all these different breeds of dogs not work? No, because if you think about every dog, they all had a job. But once their job was done, they were still good, active dogs. They were still active dogs at the end of the day. When their job was all done, they were still active dogs. They never left their active never left. They never left. They stayed forever. So you could take you could take any breed of dog, and it's gonna work. So you don't have to have a certain breed of dog. I don't care what kind of dog you get. If you got a poodle or a mastiff, your poodle like to walk. I see a lot of people walking their little bitty dogs, and you know, I don't, I see people taking their little dogs to the dog park. That's some place I can't even go to. That's messed up. Like me, if I go to a dog park, I got to be in the park by myself because I want to. Because I don't want my dog or nobody else's dog to misplace their mouth on each other. So when you think about it, the best dog in the world is a working dog because it has a task. It don't matter what task you give your dog. Hey, I got a friend, man. He got a football. He don't got that much earning, but he used to play football in school, but I think he messed up his shoulder or something. But when he thought about the dog, go chase that ball all the way down and bring it back. The dog get to work. You know what I'm saying? Work. So a working dog is the best thing you ever can own. And I just hope that anybody that heard this or watching this understand that I'm just telling you to work your dog. I mean, like walk them, run them, throw a ball, do something with them. Because if you didn't know, not letting your dogs work and laying on their hips all day long, no matter what you test them for, hip dysplasia and all that, you are destroying that dog hip. They're just like this. A prime example is if you don't move your hands and you don't move your legs, you get cramps. You got to stretch out. Dogs need to stretch out. Dogs need to stretch out, run, and all that. It's good for the dog limbs. It's good for the dog heart. It's good for the dog muscles. It's all the way around good for dog. I never heard any research that say walking your dog is bad for your dog health. I never seen the research where they say letting your dog play on the rope is bad for your dog health. I never heard no one ever say, "Oh, working your dog that's against the law." I never ever heard nobody say that working your dog is against the law. Running your dog, jogging your dog, letting your dog swim. I never heard that a person went to jail for walking their dog. I never heard a person went to jail for letting their dog play on the rope. I never ever heard somebody go to jail for their dog being a guard dog. I never ever heard. I heard that not feed your dog, you can go to jail. I heard uh dog on dog can see you in jail, but I never heard what I talk about ever being negative. I'm not gonna tell nobody on no platform nothing to ever affect you in your household. Because guess what? A dog can send you to jail. And it's bad because you listen to Tom, or you listen to Bill, or you listen to Adam, or you listen to Tyrone, or you listen to Keon, and now you in the outcome of it, you screwed. Because work, I'm saying it, a man that don't work won't eat. A dog that don't work shouldn't eat. Because all you doing is just setting the dog up. All you doing is just setting the dog up. If you don't work the dog, you're just setting the dog up. That's why, prime example, we're gonna say the image of a lot of people show a pit bull. Them was working. Them was dog. Them was working dogs. When you go to a dog show and they showing off the dog, they not showing off no. They showing off dog muscled up that they work. You cannot bring no chunky pit bull terrier to no dog show and it's looking like a Amstaff. You can't. You can't. They won't take that. You don't even got to. Listen, you don't even have a place in you. People sitting back and they laughing at you. They laughing at you. Did this dude bring the? He don't even work the dog. You can tell from a man that work the dog from a man that don't work the dog. You can tell from a man that work his mouth and not work his dog because you look at the dog. Dog that work. Even listen, you can walk a dog and you can bring out the muscle. You can run a dog and bring out the muscle. When you see a dog with no muscle tone, no nothing, either the dog breed don't have muscle in it, but a majority of every breed from Chihuahuas to Masters, you can put muscle on. From Chihuahuas to Masters, you can put muscle on. A dog was bred to be muscle. It was bred to be work. It was never bred to be put in a cage. It was you can put on a chain, you can walk, you can do anything with these dogs besides taking your stock that's bred to be work and put it in no work. You can't take that's why a lot of people tell you about dogs, but they don't tell you that my dog can't go in no competition because I don't walk it, I doesn't run it. I can't take it and have it do nothing because I don't know nothing about the dog. Because I'm so lazy, I made my dog so lazy. I took what the good parts of my dog and made it into a lazy dog. I took the good traits of my dog and set on it. Because a dog that don't work should be fed. What are you feeding the dog for if the dog I mean like the dog food, see, because a lot of people don't tell you. A lot of the dog food has stuff in it to energize your dog. Because you read back up, it has vitamin E, vitamin this, it has that, it has the dog food has so much in it. That's why they have working dog, like they have food for dogs, active dogs, and they have food for dogs that's not active. See, you shouldn't be buying your dog the best of the best because you're not working your dog. You only put your dog on like diamond is because you're working your dog because you knowing that you're gonna take some of the fat off the dog. But when you're not working it dog, you're not taking it out because you feed don't matter if you feed your dog. Prime example, even though sport meat people don't use the name of the dog food was sports mix. Sports mix. You got to think about it. Sports mix. Sport is you working your dog. It's a sport. You working your dog. And so you see people telling you about a dog when you knowing that these dogs supposed to be worked. These dogs, like for example, a pit bull terrier. If you look at the ones that people always showing the emoji, they don't show their dog. I show my dog. My dog look like they emojis, but just blue. My dog look like they emojis, but just blue. Cause I walk my dog. I run my dog. I take my dog out and run it. So when you think about it, they are showing you a working dog. They showing you an image of a working dog. They're not showing you an image of a dog that's not working. If you think about it, the picture of American Pit Bull Terrier is an image of a working dog. It's not an image of a dog that didn't run, didn't walk, didn't do nothing. That's what the image is. If you ever look at the image of a American Pit Bull Terrier, and it is a picture of a working dog, not a picture of an unworking dog. So you see people tell you about what a dog supposed to look like. A dog supposed to look like a working dog. That's what it's supposed to look like. Your dog supposed to be. If you own a hound don't supposed to look like a Amstaff. A hound don't supposed to look like a These dogs supposed to look like they work. Hey, these dogs' task every day is to get up and work and that. Because if you don't work these dogs in their genes, every dog in a gene has weight. I don't care if you have American Pit Bull Terrier to a Bullmaster. If you don't work the dog is nothing gonna do but pick up pounds. Listen, you're putting food in the dog to pick up weight. But if you don't work it, this is like private example. Okay, prime example is when if you ever see the people that weigh 600 pounds, once they get their life suction, they tell them if you don't work, you're gonna get back big. Don't waste our time in having us take this fat off of you if you're not gonna get up and walk and move around. That's the point of it. You guys to take these dogs and you guys to walk them. You guys to take these dogs and do something with them. You cannot take these dogs and just let them sit and rust up. A dog is like fine dine wine. You take it out, you drink it. Over time, you gotta let a good wine over time get better in time. You gotta let the grapes and the cherry, and you gotta let them fine into wine, good wine. But if you take some wine and you just drink it instantly, it's not good wine, it's just regular wine. But good wine over time, you think they don't take the wine out and they switch it and they cork it and they do this and they do that and they let it sit. But a dog is to whip to work. That's what their job was. That's why you don't take breeds of dog from the small to the big and don't work them. That's why they made trail mills. That's why they made chains. These are all ways to work your dog. All ways to work your dog. See, a chain was made for people that didn't want to walk their dog. Trail mill was made for people that didn't want to work their dog. If you got to do something with the dog, you cannot take a M staff and don't work. You can't take a bully, can't work. You can't take a American Pit Bull Terrier not working. You can't take a band dog not working. All these dogs is work. Prime example, if you don't work your dog like certain people. If you look at Blue, you can tell Blue get walked every day. He's a fine example. But Blue look like the image of the Pit Bull Terrier, just Blue. But you have people say he's an Amstaff. No, Amstaff ain't made like that dog. Amstaff is not made like that dog. That's a guarantee that it's such thing as a blue nose people, because guess what? People tell you that these dogs was equipped to be show dog. A show dog even got to get walked. A show dog has to be walked. I don't care what kind of show dog you got. It got to be walked. A show dog, because you cannot take a chunky dog into no kind, not to a American Pit Bull show, not an Amstaff show, not a Bulldog show, not a band dog show, not a hound show. You cannot take a chunky dog to no show. You are not. You're gonna be laughed out. So when you think about it, everybody that you see that has these dogs and take them to show, you can tell they work their dogs out. You can tell they take out their time and walk their dog. You can tell they take out their time and do something with their dog. You don't see them taking out their time and just saying, I own this dog, this is my property. When they knowing that dogs is equipped to be working stock. Work your stock. Don't sit on no dog, because guess what? Let me tell you something like this. I'm gonna put it like this. Gerald Burks will take your dog and you can keep the document. Just give me the dog so I can slim it on up. You can keep your dog document. You can keep your dog document. But if you don't want to work your dog, send that mother to St. Louis. Send it to St. Louis. I sure will every morning walk your dog like I walk my dog. Every morning. I will figure out what your dog like to do. Your dog might be the dog that like I throw balls and they want to receive balls. If you don't work it, send it to me. I don't need your dog document. I'm not gonna breed your dog. But I bet you I can slim your dog up. I bet you I can show your dog in a good working skill because I show mine in it. You think I'm not gonna work a dog? You think I'm not gonna work a dog? No, no. I really listen. I listen. I give shots to help dogs out because I give tell people you gotta get it. If you're gonna take these dogs out and let them walk free, you gotta these dogs gotta have a shot because there's dogs out here that doesn't have a shot, and you don't want your dog to go out and get sick. So if you working your dogs, you want to vaccinate your dogs. You want to vaccinate your dog. You want to walk your dog and vaccinate. That's why my dog's vaccinated. I just told you I shot record. My dogs are vaccinated because they go out to parks. They go out like for example, me and my dogs go to a track. We go to a track and we go running around the track. You know, I runs around the track with my dog because I know my dog wants to run. They want to be active dog. They want to be working dog. But when you got a working dog, you want to work your dog all forms and ways. That's just what it's about. It's about working your stock, not sitting on your stock, not just playing around with your stock, but working your stock. That's what it's about. That's all it's about is working your stock. That's all it's about. You can't take a hold on right quick, please. So you take your dog and you work it. If you don't work it, you won't get no it won't get no ability to be able to be sold. I don't see how people buy dogs that they never seen work. I don't see how. I don't see how you ever spend money on something that you gonna take home that could be a cattle dog. That could be a cattle dog. Could be an actually cattle dog. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm about to end this video.